Classic Plus, a well-spoken about topic as of late, and highly anticipated to be announced this year's BlizzCon. Until that day though, we can only speculate and discuss on what Classic Plus could be, since Classic players really does not seem to know what they want. Every player will have a different answer on what a Classic Plus could look like. YouTuber Joardee made a video talking about this and announced that he will open up a website with detailed surveys on what everyone wants in a potential Classic Plus. I watched the streamers Ampi and Pilav taking the introduction survey you have to do before going deeper into the other ones, before I realized that if I want to do the survey myself, then I should not spoil anything or bias myself by watching others do it first. And as per usual, I am late to the party, and the results are already flowing in. I of course will not watch that video until I've done the surveys myself. If you haven't already, go watch my review on my Classic journey from 2019 to now, so you will know more on what I think about Classic Vanilla, and why I would maybe be interested in a potential Classic Plus. It is almost 2 hours long, but you can of course only watch the Classic Vanilla parts if you want to. I am a retail Andy, but a Classic Plus would be nice to have as a side game if they make it close to the way I want it. But I understand that I am not the first one that they should listen to. I still think everyone should have a say in it though. Anyway, let's go. Alright, so this is the website. Looks pretty good, I have to say. So this is like the introduction, like the 3 pillars that he is talking about: the world, the player, and the systems. And of course, the surveys themselves. Okay, so I am logged in. So let's go. So yeah, I've seen this before. As I said, I've been watching 2 other streamers taking this already. So it's just the intro survey before I can do the other ones: systems, player, and world. Yeah, that's a lot of surveys. Holy fuck. Anyway. So let's start with this one. Which faction do you usually play? I want to say that I switch between them because I will always play wherever my friends are playing, but I have like it's like 90% Alliance, 10% Horde. I have only a few Horde characters just to see like what, like from the Horde perspective of the story, right? But yeah, for the Alliance, absolutely. So I don't think that this is... I don't think I qualify. Even though I can select all, I guess. For the Alliance, I guess. Which race would you consider your main? Night Elf, obviously. Which class would you consider your main? Druid. How old are you? Oh boy. I am 29. I'm turning 30 this year. Holy fuck. Yeah. Time flies, man. Time flies. But I am curious on how old everyone is here. Like, I don't think there's going to be anyone in this range. I would be surprised if there's a lot of them. A lot of kids. I feel like these are, like, these 2 are the main ones, I think. These 2 are going to be the ones that are like in the majority. But yeah, 26 to 30. How often do you play WoW each week? Less than weekly / inactive, a few hours a week, over 10 hours a week, every day if I can, and more, 20+ hours. I play a lot of WoW, 40+ hours. Holy fuck. 40+. Playing WoW like it's a freaking job. I would say this, every day if I can, 20+ hours each week. So 20+, that's, what is it, 4 hours? No wait, I'm only counting weekdays now. Divided by 7, that's like 3 hours a day. Yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. It's like 4 hours a day, I think. It's like 4 times 7. That's 28, right? Yeah. 7, 14, and 14 times 2 is 28. It is something I want to talk about though. Like the play WoW each week. Like, I think I'm going to talk about it as it is appearing. I know that there's going to be like questions about the PvP systems and all that. And I will definitely, like, I was about to go on a ramble there, but I realized that I can just take it as I am reaching those questions. What is your experience with the various iterations of Vanilla, Classic, World of Warcraft? I was 8 years old when Vanilla WoW was launched. I was way too young. Expansions beyond Vanilla, I never played Vanilla. I guess this one. Private servers, yes. But that was like from when I was 11, so like 2007. So it was not a lot of Vanilla WoW. It was more of Burning Crusade and onwards. 2019 Classic relaunch. I did not play Season of Mastery. I did play the first phase of Season of Discovery, but I didn't play more than that because it was way... I felt like it was way too many versions of WoW to keep up with at the time. And also I was not too excited on playing a seasoned World of Warcraft, like something that would only last a year and then it would just disappear, you know? Like Plunderstorm and stuff like that, at least they bring something that you can, like some rewards or like something that you can bring into the current versions, like the Parrot Mount. So there's like I feel like that's more of a reason to actually play it. But of course Season of Discovery was like it was an experimental take on what Classic Plus could be. And, well, I was more disappointed that it was still classic, you know. I still had to power shift as a druid, for example. Yeah, but due to the... what was it? What was that called? The Wind Fury, whatever. It was basically a Wind Fury that druids got. So that, like, basically I was very much wanted for raids because I had Wind Fury. So I guess that's a positive, you know, but still, I was not keen on going back to power shifting again. Classic Anniversary. I have only played Classic Anniversary, one of my friends, but I only, like, play it, like, once a week with him. And it's only, like, a couple of hours that we have each week. So... it's only to level, you know, so we're like still level like 14, 15. So it's very much like, I don't know, does this count then? I mean, he's asking about Vanilla, and I did not play Vanilla Anniversary, so I guess not. And I will uncheck Season of Discovery because it was only the first phase. I never played onwards, so I don't think I will be qualified to say that I played it. What role do you usually play? DPS, healer, tank. Can I select multiple? I cannot. Because I play all of them. It's just that it depends on what the, like, if I am expected to be, like in Mythic Plus, I would never tank. Holy fuck no. If I were to play Mythic Plus, I would definitely play DPS. Even healer I would not play, right? It's so fucking sweaty. But if it's just like, as of right now, like Love is in the Air, for example, is on. So like, you could just make like a respec your hybrid classes into tanks and healers and just heal. It's not that difficult, you know? So like, yeah, sure, I can tank, I can heal, whatever. But I would say usually I play DPS. And I have some healers as well. But mostly DPS. So it's usually DPS. What regions do you play from? EU? Which of the following labels describe you? Choose as many as you feel is accurate. Hardcore Raider, Casual Raider, Leveler, PvP player, Auction House Gamer, Completionist, Transmog Hunter. Casual, absolutely. Leveler, I guess? Even though I don't really level in, like, I don't have any more characters to level. And I don't feel, like, why would I level? I have already one character of every class. I feel like that's enough. I'm not a PvPer whatsoever. Auction House Gamer? No. Transmog Hunter, I mean, Hunter, I guess I would, like, if I would like a set, like a piece of transmog, and I'm like, oh, this looks cool, you know, I see someone with a cool transmog, I look it up on Wowhead and see where I can get it. Like, of course, I guess is that me being a transmog hunter, or is it just me being like, oh, I like this piece of transmog and I want it, how do I get it? But like, transmog hunter is more of like what Morgana is doing currently. Like, she's going through every expansion, trying to get every or as many pieces of transmog as possible. I feel like that might be more of a transmog hunter. Completionist, I don't know. I feel like completionist, it's like, yeah, completionist is someone who wants to do everything 100%. They don't just want to do it. They don't just want to complete whatever they're doing. They want to do everything that's available. And I don't know if I am that kind of guy. Like, I'm doing as much as I want, but everything all the time? I don't know, maybe not. So should I just say casual raider then? I guess that's it. At least in vanilla, right? We need to understand that it's vanilla we're talking about. But transmog is not there in vanilla, so I guess it is how you currently is. If you are a retail player, then are you a transmog hunter? I would say this is still maybe I will just check on leveler. No, I won't. Even though I enjoy leveling, I want the leveling journey to be meaningful. I want the journey to be just as much of a part of the game as the endgame. Like, I want both of them to receive equal amount of love. But currently I have leveled all the characters I want to level. Every character is currently max level, so I'm not leveling as of now, unless I'm doing a challenge or something like that. How likely are you to play Classic Plus? I want to say it's somewhere between these two. Like, it absolutely depends on how the launch, like, on what they announce that their plans are for it. If they are planning it to be just like classic, and there's just this teeny tiny bit of plus in there, like it's just a tiny bit of plus, it's like, nah, then it's still vanilla. Then I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. But if it's like actually classic plus, then yeah, of course I will try it out. It's between these two, because who am I kidding? Of course I'm going to try it, but it's like, I play it, but who knows for how long? Because there is going to be, like, depending on how they announce that they're going to do, I might not even want to play at all. So it's like, it's so dependent. So I guess it is more towards this one, I guess. Even though I will very much, like, I will say that I will play, I will at least try it out. But yeah, who knows for how long. But it's leaning more towards skeptical, because I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it is current Blizzard we're talking about here. It's not 2004 Blizzard. And oh my god, if it is true that Chris Metzen really said that he wished that he wouldn't call it Warcraft, I want to believe so much that he was just joking around, and this is just like a misunderstanding, like Holly was taking it too serious, but Chris Metzen said that it's like, well, he was saying it in a jokingly ironic way, like it was just a joke, you know. But if it's true that he really thinks that way, then I don't know, would it really be better to bring back the old team? If this is what the old team is thinking? I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be that much of a difference. And it just shows that 20 years, like, you're not going to be the same guy after 20 years. So maybe, like, there is a reason why retail changed. Like, oh, my food is here.
Pizza time.
Okay. Where was I? I feel like we need to understand that in 20 years, how can you expect no changes after 20 years? That's my question. I want to believe that it's like, well, they wouldn't be like the classic Andes. They don't hate change, it's just that they want the changes to be in the right way. And that's what Classic Plus is for. So they're like, yeah, let's redo everything, let's start from scratch and actually do the changes like we want them to do, right? Because there is a reason why people wanted Classic in the first place. Would you pay a box fee for Classic Plus? If so, how much? I watched, like, as I said, I watched Ampi and Pilav do this. they would absolutely pay this much. And like, it just shows how desperate Classic Plus, like Classic players are. They would definitely pay this much to play Classic Plus. I don't know, man. I would not pay that much. Maybe like if I'm watching other players play it and it looks fun, it looks like, yeah, this is close to what I would want, then of course I would also pay this much. But I don't know. I feel like this is going to be the main thing, right? Like, this is going to be the majority. People will absolutely pay this much to play Classic Plus if it's good. But I would say, like, how much was the freaking how much was Midnight? Like, because I feel like Classic Plus should be treated as an expansion, right? It's not, of course it should be its own game, but it shouldn't be just, I don't know, I feel like it's not exactly its own game. Okay, so this is the base edition. This is the one I have. And yeah, this is like, it's the pre-purchase one. So yeah, I would say like I would not pay more than base edition. So yeah, but let's say that's 559 Swedish crowns. So that's like what, 50, is that wait, really? Is it 55 euro? SEK to euro. So what was it? It was 559 kroner. Oh yeah, to US dollars, I guess. $62. Wow, really? $62 for base edition. Wow. Huh. Alright, then I guess I would pay 60 plus. I guess that's it then. I will pay $60 plus. I am in this category, absolutely. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel about Classic Plus if they changed how the game looked? Oh boy. Okay, so this is why I wouldn't want to watch more than the intro. Like, I don't want to bias myself or like be prepared for what's to come. Because this is something that I would say. Maybe not here. Like, Unreal Engine can fuck off, right? Unreal Engine can fuck off. But what we have today, like, what I would like is a switch. Like, if someone doesn't want modern character models, then just leave it off and you will have the classic models. But if you want to see how it would look like with the modern models, then turn the switch off. Like, flip the switch. You know, it should be a toggle. I'm trying to say it should be a toggle because I don't know, man. Like it's I don't know. I have my negatives and positives on both models, like both the classic models and the retail models. But again, I prefer the modern ones. But again, I understand that classic models should belong in classic, right? But I just like, there should be a switch. So I'm like right in the middle on all of these. It's the same with the animations, even though I think the animations, excluding the running animations, I would say. It's like some of these, like, I made a Maghar orc. And I made him so that he would, you know, his back would be upright. But him running looked so weird, man. Like, they need to fix the running animation in this game. But with the combat animations, I just think they're just so much better, man. It's like, for example, when you rupture as a rogue, it actually looks like you're rupturing rather than having the same animation for basically every single spell or an ability. You have like the same animation for multiple abilities. Like Heroic Strike has one, and then Slam has the same one, Execute has the same one, you know. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I just know that it's there's not a whole lot of animations going on here. Meanwhile, retail has more unique effects and animations depending on what spell you're casting, which actually, so that it actually looks like you are doing what you're doing. It actually looks like you're rupturing. When you execute, you really feel the weight of the slam that happens. And whirlwind is not just you spinning around for a split second and then going back to whatever you were doing. You're actually doing a smooth whirlwind. You can actually feel yourself spinning around instead of just and then you're done. Like, it's so much more satisfying in my opinion. The same is with modern spell effects. Like, there should be a switch. I mean, retail's lightning bolt at the moment looks so cool. It looks so freaking cool. But lightning bolt, like, I don't know, man. Again, it should be like, if you want, there should be a switch. That's my like take on it, you know. I'm not gonna ramble too much more about like why I like the animations, spell effects, and models better. Like, it should be like, if you don't want it, then there should be a way of toggling it, you know. Modern WoW UI, players and target frames, action models, nameplates. I use UI add-ons. Like, I am in retail, I'm using shadowed unit frames, and in classic Mr. Pandaria, I'm using Elf UI. So I don't know. Like, I don't like either, because I prefer, like, I've always preferred having an animated portrait, like a 3D animated portrait, because I like the whole like Warcraft 3 style. You know, when you select a unit, you can see the portrait, like the animated portrait in the bottom corner, you know, or wherever that portrait was. I liked that rather than just having an image, and only add-ons allowed me to do that. So like players and target frames, action bars, and all that. Like in retail, they've basically just baked in bartender. So I don't need any of that shit, you know. I don't like the classic action bars. I would rather want bartender in there. So I guess retail, like modern UI, I'm more for, but at the same time I would just use add-ons anyway. Unless Blizzard makes it so that you can actually customize more on how you want the UI to look. So I would say 5. I don't know, I don't really have an opinion here. I would say more 6, I guess, because there are some things that retail does better. But yeah, it's a question about taste. Like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer chocolate or vanilla, you know? How would you like Blizzard to handle a server rollout? As someone who, like, I've watched some Pilar videos about, like, world PvP as of late. And I can clearly see that people do not want to world PvP. Even if they are in a PvP server. And I'm like, that's just, wow. Like, that just shows how we are as players now.
Why is nobody fighting back? Like, bro, really? But why not? Like, bro, like, at least try to trap me or something. I don't know.
Like, we just want to level, man. We don't want to PvP. Like, why are we PvPing? It's like, but at the same time, I feel like now there are, like, I don't know, an anniversary, are there a PvE server? And if so, is that server well populated? Or is it like it is now, that everyone is just in Firemaw or Gehennas? Well, now the Gehennas and Firemaw is no more. But you know what I mean? Like, did everyone just flock to a mega server? That's my question. Because I feel like it should really, like, realms are outdated. Like the whole community thing, whatever. Like, every realm had a community. Like, yeah, that's only for the RP realms at the moment. Like, we still know what Moonguard is in retail. And I feel like in Classic, watching Barney, the only realm really that had like, it was really only Grobulus that had a community, because that was the RP realm. The rest were just raid loggers, you know. So I would say like only one mega PvP server, that lets players opt in, opt out, absolutely. Or 1 mega PvP server and 1 mega PvE. And it should be like, it should really be like, if you don't want to world PvP, go to the PvE server, right? That is like the dream. Like, the dream scenario would absolutely be like 1 PvE and 1 PvP, and everyone who actually wants to PvP, world PvP, they go to the PvP server, and the others go to the PvE. But I feel like people are just gonna flock to the server that has the most players, and if it is a PvP server, they will just bite the bullet and continue on anyway, like I did with the Classic 2019. It's between these two, because I feel like it's like many servers. No, man, there's just going to be a bunch of dead servers on launch. Everyone is just going to flock to 1 or 2 of them. So I don't know, I want to say this one, but I also want the world PvP guys to actually be happy. But at the same time, I feel like world PvP is, as we know it, is just dead. It's just not there anymore. People don't want to world PvP anymore. And if they want to PvP, they will just queue up Battlegrounds. It's just my opinion. Maybe I'm completely out of the blue on this, but whatever. Like, that's what I feel like. How would you feel if Classic Plus had an element of seasonal servers resetting every couple of years? No. No. No, no, no. Especially if Classic Plus is going to be it's going to not be a seasonal server. It's going to actually stay. It's here to stay. So if it's here to stay, it should never reset. Never. Just like retail, it should never reset. If it's going to be if it's there for the long run, then absolutely not. How would you feel about layers in Classic? I don't like layers, but I feel like it's necessary, especially at launch. Like there needs to be like at least 20 layers. At least 20 layers. I feel like it should absolutely be there. Like, it's necessary. It's just to, like, because otherwise it's just unplayable. And it bothers me a bit, because it's like we're in 2026 and we cannot handle a couple of thousands of players in the same area at once. Really? Has technology not gone that far yet? But whatever. Like, I think layers are... they're fine, but I just feel like they should fix the problems of where, like, if you have invited someone, for some reason, sometimes they will not join your layer. You're in the same group, but you're in different layers. Like, how is that possible? That should not be possible at all. Section 2. Should the size of raids be reduced from 40? No, keep the raids at 40. Reduced required raids that implement flex rating. Yes, this one. Every raid should be able to scale from 10 to 40. Like, you should at least have 10. But you should be able to go up to 40 if you want to. Because I don't like the way we have it today, where it's like we have 17 signed up. So that means that we can only do 1, maybe 2 10-mans, and we have to pug on the other group. And instead we can just say, like, well, I guess we're going as 17. So then the raid size will scale. And I feel like the damage and health should scale, depending on how, like it should depend on how many. It shouldn't change too much, but the health should absolutely scale, depending on how many players there are. And I feel like, depending on how many people you are, the amount of loot that drops should absolutely be increased as well. So, like, let's say you're 10 people, it should drop maybe 2 items per boss. And that also means that if you're 40 people, I think that 8 pieces should drop. Like, just so that it scales with how many people you are in the raid. Because I don't like it how it is in Classic at the moment, where it's like 3 pieces drop and you have 40 people that want loot. So absolutely, flex rating is the way to go. Should Dungeon Finder be implemented? No. Yes, but only to group you. Still up. Yeah, if you watched my video about what I think about my journey, like my review of my 2019 to now, you will know that I would prefer that, like, yeah, remove the teleporting. Remove the teleporting. Absolutely. We should have to actually travel to the dungeon. But the grouping, absolutely. Like, you're a DPS, well, that's fine. You're a healer, that's fine. It shouldn't be like, oh, only mages, only like whatever. Like there should be an option, of course, like a dungeon finder group, dungeon finder tool. I mean, absolutely. So you can make your own group, but there should also be a dungeon finder, like just for the grouping. Like I don't fucking care if you're a rogue, if you're a shadow priest, if you're a hunter, if you're a DPS. That's fine, right? Because I really do not want to spam LFG chat. Like, fuck that shit. It was awful. No. Fuck it. Bring in... not the teleporting. Absolutely not the teleporting. But the grouping, yes. Absolutely. Should summoning stones outside of Dungeons Raid be implemented? Yes. I think so. Absolutely. And people who say they're like, well, then warlocks will not have any value. Well, have you forgotten about health stones? Have you forgotten about soul stones? They have purpose. They still have unique abilities that makes them special, you know. And of course, I feel like warlocks should be able to summon inside the instance and not just be able to summon on outside. Like they should have an edge, right? So if you don't have a warlock, you now have to actually run through, for example, Nomergon. You have to now run through the area before you can reach the entrance. But if you have a warlock, now only 3 people have to go in, and then you can summon the other 2. Or like in a raid, you can actually summon inside the raid now. But if you don't have a warlock, then summon outside, you know, with the stone. But give them the edge that they can actually summon inside the instance. And of course, they have their health stones and also their soul stones. So I don't see the problem at all. Like, this is not going to make them less important. Of course not. Should there be heroic dungeons? I want to say yes, because it will absolutely be... It will make the dungeons relevant more than just as a leveling part, you know. Now you can actually do heroic Shadowfang Keep and heroic heroic Skullamaunts. It's like, I don't know. I'm very... It depends on how they implement them, of course. Like this one, right? The next question, that is like Mythic Plus, Mage Tower and all that. I feel like classic players, and I agree with this, Mythic Plus should not award you with better gear. It should just be like, if you reach a certain key, you will earn a title or a mount or like something cosmetic, right? This should not be like seen as an obligatory way of gearing up. Mage Tower is super cool. I think even classic players can agree that it was a cool part about Legion. I'm not sure what prestige levels are though. Level 60 raid leaderboards. I feel like logging already exists, so I don't know if this is required. Like if this is necessary. I feel like I'm more of this. Like I won't do it, but I'm fine with the game having it, and it's like depending on how they do it, right? Should there be rated PvP? Yes, I won't do it, but I'm fine with the game having it. Like, why not? Why not? Have a casual mode and a rated PvP mode. Should AoE looting be implemented? Abso-fucking-lutely. I don't care. Like, I watched Ompi. I don't fucking care. If you've killed 100 mobs, you should have to loot every single one. No, bitch. No, bitch. Fuck that, man. What do you mean? Like, you want me to have carpal tunnel? I should just like oh shit. How do I remove? Where is the X? There it is. Like I should click on every single mob, man. Nah, man. I prefer, like, I don't know, man. I don't like that mindset of like, I watched Gbay99's video about his view on retail And it's just like he was talking about like retail and classic being like he compared it to a task is to shovel snow, like to clear out a path. Like you have to go out and shovel snow, and classic players are using a shovel and actually like shoveling the snow, like, and retail players have a snow blower, I think it was called. And it's like, yes, the retail players are more effective, but at the same time it's not the same as using an actual shovel. And to me it just doesn't make sense. Like, I want to compare this more to like you're going to chop down trees, like you work in the forest, you chop down trees for a living. I feel like a chainsaw would be better in the long run for your back. Like, if you're just using a regular axe, then like, I don't know, man. It's not good for your back. It's not good for your body. Like, there's a reason why we live longer, because we have better tools that won't strain our bodies so much. And I feel like AoE looting is like, why are we using an axe when we could just use a chainsaw, you know? Like I've killed 100 mobs, just let me loot everything all at once. Like, why not? Maybe like this could absolutely just be my retail brain talking. But I feel like when it comes to stuff like this, it's just like, why? Like, we have better tools. Why are we not just using it? Like, we're not in the Stone Age anymore. It's like, what features of world buffs would you want to see in Classic Plus? I feel like I view world buffs more negatively than positively. Like, absolutely, yeah, they don't belong in raids. They do not belong in raids. Absolutely not. Chrono Boon, done not dispellable, alternates, or blah, 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 blah. More varied, I guess. But it's more, if like, the reason why we have Chrono Boon is because we are like, this is a good way of saving it for, this was like a band-aid fix to saving the world buffs for raid day. And if it doesn't belong in raids, like if it doesn't work in raids, then why do we have Chrono Boon then? And also it should be non-dispellable. Like, fuck you, shamans and priests, who just like, your job is to dispel buffs. Like, fuck off. But again, it should not be it shouldn't be a problem if we have like, okay, so it wasn't here, but it was in the previous page, where it's like, if we have an opt-in, opt-out PvP system, then we don't really need this. But if we have a PvP server, then absolutely non-dispellable. Fuck off with that. Fuck off with that dispelling shit. So like, don't belong in raids, should be non-dispellable, and should be more varied. Absolutely, I'm all for this. And no, it should not be purchasable. Like, this is something, it should absolutely be like Heart of a Car, where you have to complete a raid to get it, or to get the ability to pop it, you know. How do you feel if Classic Plus trimmed down the capabilities of add-ons and weak chorus? Where is it? Just let me keep my out of combat quality of life add-ons. Yes, absolutely. Like, keep Bagnon or Baginator or whatever you're using. Keep all the UI add-ons, like, but remove remove weak auras, remove DBM. Like, why do we even have it in Classic Vanilla? Why is that even a thing? Like, can you really not raid or whatever without it? It's so easy. You should be able to play without it, right? Like, the raids should be understandable. Like, you should be able to understand it well enough without it. Should mount level requirements be lowered? So this is again why I was not, like, right now, if I wasn't watching Pilov or Ampy, I would definitely say yes, lower it to like 30. I would say lower it to 30 at least. But then it's like, well, then Travel Form and Ghost Wolf are not going to, they're going to lose their value. And yeah, that's true, because like I never got a 60 mount or a 40 mount. I didn't get a mount until I reached max level because I just used travel form as a druid. Like, it worked well enough. But I also think that it should be like it is in retail, where travel form should scale depending on your riding skill. I really do, because it just doesn't make sense how a cheetah is running slower than a horse. I just do not understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Should flying mounts be implemented? No. I don't think it's necessary, and I don't think Classic Plus should need it. Like, I'm all for not having instead, I feel like there should be more flying points. Like, there should be more flying paths, I guess, so that you don't have to fly. Should guild banks be implemented? Yes. If you say no to this, you are... I don't know, man. This is just a freaking... like, I don't see a reason not to add it. Again, with with the axe and the chainsaw, like, why are we using an axe when we have a chainsaw available? Like, why do we have to have a guild alt that keeps all the items like we did in my guild in Classic? When guild banks exists, like, there's a system that can be implemented to make it easier for guilds to like store their items and recipes. Like, why not? It's just a no-brainer in my head. No-brainer in my head. That sounds weird. Should Classic Plus have achievements? Yes. Especially if we're going with like, if this is going to be a forever game, absolutely. Bring that shit in. Should reputations be streamlined, made easier to level? Yes. I feel like the worst part about Burning Crusade was the reputation grind, and also Mr. Pandaria. Like, it's so tedious, man. It's so tedious. How do you feel about adding Transmog? Not right away, at least. I feel like, once again, like, how old was WoW when Transmog was introduced? WoW, like, it was 2010, and WoW was 6 years. So, like, Classic Plus is 6 years. How much gear do we currently have in Classic Plus? And are there gear that is just not used anymore, like tier sets, for example? Are there like tier sets that are not used anymore because it's just not as powerful as the current one? Then I feel like a transmog should absolutely be added, because it brings value to old gear, and especially if it's like you like the look of it, but it's just not powerful enough. Like, there's a reason why transmog got added, but I would say I don't care. I understand that people don't want transmog. It's like, you should be able to see your progress. It's like, well, have you tried inspecting me? Like you do every time before raid? It's like, I don't know. There are ways to see without actually, And again, imagine having a toggle for this, so that like transmog exists, but if you really don't want transmog, you can just keep that option off, so that even if I transmog my gear, you will still see me as like in my gear that I currently wear, rather than my transmog. And if I want to have transmog on, then there should be a switch, I don't see a reason for that not to be a thing. Should a separated collection inventory be implemented? Toys, mounts, yes. Again, axe and a chainsaw. Like, why do we have to have our toys and mounts in our bags when we can just have a tab? But what I want, though, is, like, I can agree that every character should have their own mounts, so that, like, if I'm leveling alts, I should have to buy a mount for that alt as well, and not just for my main, and then every character in my character list can use it. Like, I can be all for that, absolutely. Should Classic Plus allow GDKPs? No. Maybe if they actually do something about the bot problem, about the RMT, then sure, because GDKP by itself is not bad, but since RMT is so rampant these days, it should not be a thing. It should not be there. No. It just gives people a reason to buy gold, and it should not be, like, no, remove it. Should the level cap ever be increased from 60? I would say no, never, but at the same time I would say it depends on how long. People are so like they do not want the level cap to be increased, but at the same time, what are we going to do with, like, how do we see the game going forward then? Like, do we just add more because I want not only the raids to be changed or like added, I want the leveling to also be changed, so it's not just the same over and over again. It should absolutely be like, it should feel fresh, you know. As I said, I want both the leveling journey and the raiding and PvP scene to get equal amount of love, and not just add more raids. But I can agree that, like, no, it should not increase more than 60, because eventually we will reach what we had in BFA, where the leveling was like 120. That's a bit much. Should Classic Plus have new zones? Yes. I mean, again, if you choose this one, just keep the original zones, just expand on them. We're going to reach a cap. Like, eventually we will run out of stuff to do. So that, like, there needs to be new zones. If yes, where in Azeroth or beyond would be okay with you for these zones to be? Only on the main 2 continents. Anywhere on Azeroth, I would say. Like Northrend, Colteris, I don't fucking know, like Sandalar, like all these, like there are islands in retail that, like, it makes sense for it to be in Classic, because they are Warcraft zones. It's just that it took us this long until we have an expansion that made it, like, I don't know, it made sense to add this now. But of course I agree that it should be like it should be done in a classic way, but at the same time, like Sandalar and Colteris should absolutely be a part of the Classic Plus, and also Northrend. Like, I just do not see why not. Should new content be added for leveling, quest low level? Yes, of course. Of course. Make it fresh, make it feel like not the same. Otherwise we're going to have just like, everyone is just going to want to speed level. Everyone wants to do the most optimal route, and now everyone can enjoy new content during your leveling journey, as well as raid and PvP. So, like, why not? Should leveling be sped up? Ooh. So it depends, right? Are there going to be enough quests? Like, then I guess not. I would say yes, but maybe not at launch. Oh my god, I feel like more people are going to check this one, like, than we think. It's kind of sad, but, like, I don't know. No, leveling pace is already great. I feel like it should not be as slow as Classic though, like a vanilla. It should be like around RAF, I feel like. I would say yes, but maybe not at launch, I would say. Or speed it up. I would say speed it up. But not too much, of course, but, like, speed it up. It all depends, of course, because the main thing about vanilla was that there are so many levels that you were leveling solely by grinding mobs, and that's boring to me. It should be, you should be able to have enough quests to level with. And of course, if you want to grind mobs, just grind mobs, of course. There should be an option for that too, but the quest should be there, you know. There should always be a quest for you to do. Should there be more class-specific quests? Why not? Even though I feel like there should be... I don't know. I was not too keen on these class quests that just didn't give me anything. Like, I like these quests, for example, like the quest that gives me bear form, the quest that gives me aquatic form, you know? It's cool, and also you get something out of it in the end. But, like, having just, I don't know, like having a class quest that is only like lore or something like that. Quests like that I will only do once, and then I will not do them again if I'm leveling another character on the same class. It's like, it's, I don't know. I don't feel like it's, there should be something to unlock afterwards. But I would be for this as well, of course. Like, why not? But I don't know. Give me something out of it. Should there be more epic quest lines like Rock Delar, Scepter of the Shifting Sands? Yes, but please, for the love of fuck, can we please have it so that it's possible to get, for example, can we please be able to get Scarab Lord without going full-on unemployment mode? And like, you can only get it if you're basically playing 40 hours a week. Like, can we please not? I guess if it's not FOMO, because shifting Scepter of the like, I guess if it's not FOMO, because Scarab Lord absolutely was FOMO. Like, there were only, how long did you have until the gong, like the AQ rates was released? I feel like it was like a month, right? I feel like if it's at least don't have FOMO, you know, because then people are gonna go full on unemployment mode on it, and that's basically what they have to do. Like, I don't want the game to promote unhealthy playstyles. Absolutely not. Like, you shouldn't have to quit your job to, for example, reach rank 14. So stupid, man. Which of the following best describes how you would like to see changes in Classic Plus tool rates? I really want the raids to be just a teeny tiny bit more, like, not difficult but challenging. Like, it should be fun to learn about them, but it shouldn't be like it is in Kata. Like, bosses just hit way too hard. It should just be like fun mechanics at least. So, do I want to say this? But I'm more of like, I liked the Wailing Caverns raid, absolutely, in Season of Discovery. So I would say this one, absolutely. Should there be new raids? No. Yes, but only stuff that already exists in original Azeroth. Yes, raids that already exist in the world, put some new interesting. Yes, like this one. Absolutely, Karazhan, Grimbatol. But eventually, again, you're going to run out of content. There needs to be new shit, like Scarlet Enclave, for example. Otherwise, we're just going to reach a point. So I would definitely say new raids. That makes sense in the Classic universe. Should Classic Plus have new playable races, and if so, which of the following categories would be acceptable? I want to say, like, people wouldn't be too fussed about High Elves, for example, and I feel like Blood Elves are already a thing in vanilla, right? Because Arthas has already run through the place. So Blood Elves should also be, like, they are definitely a part of the Classic, like, races or whatever. New playable races that already exist. Any race from future WoW expansion. Completely new races never seen in Azeroth. Like, any races? No. But, like, I don't know, Blood Elves, I would... Like, Blood Elves with the ability to change the eye color so that they can be High Elves as well. Goblins, I guess? I don't know. Like, I feel like there are races that it makes sense for them to be in the game, but at the same time I feel like they should just be the original 8. But I want to say this one. I will check both of these. Absolutely. Because there needs to be like a limit. Like, we don't want Volpera, for example. We don't want Volpera. And I feel like Volpera is included here in, like, any races from future WoW expansions. It's like, no, not any races, but like any races that make sense, you know. Should Classic Plus have new classes? No. Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe Death Knights, like a classic-fied version of Death Knight could be interesting, but nah. Let's say no to that one. Should new race class combos be added? One thing I don't like about retail is how liberal we are with what races can be what class. It's like, why did we make it so that every class could be a warlock and a rogue, for example? It looks so weird to me with Night Elves being able to be warlocks, and Tauren being able to be rogues. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. You're a freaking towering, hulking cow. How are you able to sneak around like that? People are going... If people can't see you, they're at least going to be able to feel, like, the ground trembling. Like, how the fuck do you sneak as a Tauren? And also, trolls make sense, I guess, for why they can be druids, right? But Colterans? Really? Colteran druids. Have you seen their boomkin forms? It looks like they are wearing a costume. It looks like they are just mascots. It's like, it's so dumb. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, man. No. The original combinations are iconic. Don't touch them. Do not touch them. Some were cool, you know, like Night Elf Mage, for example. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. They were once mages. It was just that it wasn't allowed in Classic. Like, at the time, it wasn't allowed. But then in Cataclysm, they like, well, I guess. Should the Horde have Paladins and Alliance Shamans? I feel like in the longevity of it all, like, if we want the game again to be a forever game, yes, absolutely. It's like, if we want to add, like, if we want to add Draenei and Blood Elves, like, why not? Then bring in Paladins and Alliance Shamans. Should classes be reworked? Absolutely, this one. Get rid of the fucking one button rotation, man. Get rid of just spamming Frostbolt, please. Like, give us an interesting rotation. Give us an actual rotation, not just spamming Frostbolt. Please, I beg you. Yeah, like, it shouldn't be. They should not go crazy with it like they do like in Midnight. They have actually pruning the classes so that it's like there are not a whole lot of abilities, you know. But we shouldn't have it so that we have to read paragraphs on how to best play our class. Like, it should just, but it should be more than just spam Frostbolt. Absolutely. Of the following, what is the most important change needed to raid buffs? Okay. Raid buffs should cost less mana. Raid buffs should no longer require reagents. I kind of liked having reagents, to be fair. I kind of liked having the seeds, you know, for my combat res. But at the same time, it was kind of a chore to make sure I have everything, you know. But I feel like it was fine. It was fine. It should be, yes, this one though, like no group buffs. It should be, every buff should be raid wide. I guess it could cost less mana because I don't really have an opinion on this. Combined to multiple classes. Nah, I feel like every class should have something that they bring, you know. That should absolutely be a thing. Should talent specializations be reworked? I mean, for example, I want Arcane Mage to be a thing. Like, why not? It should not be just a new utility tree. It should absolutely be like, give mages Arcane Blast, please. I would say rework, yeah, why not? But like, maybe with a light touch, I don't know. Nah, call me a retail Andy. I don't fucking care. I want to see reworks. I want to see some new stuff as well. Should a fourth talent specialization be added? You know what? Nah, with a light touch. I made up my mind now. But anyway, should a fourth talent? I feel like Guardian Druid should absolutely be its own talents. Abso-fucking-lutely. Tank Shamans, yes. Why not? Only for hybrid classes, though. That didn't get fleshed out. There we go. That's the one. Should every specialization be competitive in both PvP and PvE? I feel like I have been too focused on damage when I am explaining to why classes should be balanced. The problem is that, like, even if you don't have, like, what should be happening is that, sure, you don't have too much damage, but then you should have something else that you bring to the raid so that you still get invited, right? But if you don't have that and your damage is shit, then you're simply not going to be invited. I feel like it should still be vanilla hybrid classes don't perform well with PvP outside of healing. Those could be usable love. Absolutely. I feel like this one absolutely needs to be there. Should dual specializations be implemented? Yes. Again, chainsaw, axe. Like, no, you should suffer. You should have to respec every time you do PvP, or you have to respec. You're gonna play resto now, so you have to respec. You know, you have to pay those 50 gold. No, give me dual spec, bitch. Should new professions be added? No. I feel like it's just going to be too, like, either too good or it's going to be like too retail-y. Should professions be updated to have more endgame relevance? For example, new recipes. Yes. I don't want to see engineering be the main thing you have to get. What the fuck is this? I am robot. Do I see any more cards? I don't think so. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Okay, maybe I am robot. I'm sorry. I don't want to see engineering be the meta again. Like, there's every profession should have their role, you know. Every profession should have a use. All right. I am done with the intro. Holy fuck, that took some time. I've recorded for almost 1.5 hours. That was too long. And that was just for the intro. And now we have all of these to do as well. But that's it for now. I feel like I saw that the community results were in. I want to do all of these before I take a look at the results. But I feel like I am too late to the party, so I maybe I should just look it up or something like that. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thank you again for watching. I hope you liked it. Like it if you like it, dislike if you disliked it, whatever. Just tell me what I did wrong, just tell me what I did right, whatever. You get the idea. Thank you again so much for watching. Nightpurple out.